I just choked on the awesomeness of Clubhouse.
Hey, we putting on a show, trying to catch a vibe. We do this every time, like na 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 na. Feeling like I'm on the highway, cause everything been going my way. And now they looking at me sideways. I'm like na 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 na. This is where I wanna be, na na na. Never ever gonna leave.
Okay, so what is this Clubhouse thing that everyone's talking about? I was asking the same thing, right? I knew it was some sort of social network, new social network. I kind of imagined like a cleaner, cooler version of Facebook. But boy, was I wrong. Honestly, I didn't think too much of it. I heard about it. I did my little invite, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna wait forever. You can't get in. I was like, dang it. And I was just like, I want in. As more and more I heard about it, the more I was like, I want into this thing. It just sounds really cool. And I just, what do you do, right? So finally, I saw someone who said, hey, who wants in? He had a couple invites, and I was like, I do, and I got in. So honestly, at this point, that's really the only way to get in, is buy an invite by someone who's already in. I've already used my recommendation. When you sign up, you get one recommendation. I can get more as I interact and I do things. So if you would like one of those, message me, and as I get them, I can hand them out to you faithful followers of the vlog here. I have no problem doing that. But until then, you'll just have to, I suggest you go request access. You might get it on your own. I just keep an eye out, and when people say, hey, who wants one, you can help them out. So, but I gotta tell you, if you're thinking like, what's the big deal? Is it even worth it? Yes, it is amazing. I got it yesterday, and I got to, it was towards the evening. I didn't check it out too much. I've been on it for several hours today, and already I booked 2 new entrepreneurs to be on my virtual summit. I have a couple more that I'm waiting to hear back from. I got followed by kind of like a hero of mine, Cliff Ravencraft, and he said hi to me a few times. I'm gonna have a connection to kind of hang out with him a little bit. It's pretty cool. And again, I've only had access to this thing for like 12 hours, and it's already seems like it's gonna be amazing. Let me just give you a little bit of idea of what it's like, because it's nothing like what I would have imagined. I'm thinking again like a cleaner version of Facebook or something, right? Like more stripped down. They're just getting it together. It's not. It's all audio based. So when you come in, you pick like your interests, right? You can like follow people, you can bring in contacts, and you get to pick your interests, like wellness, sports, religion, business, finance, whatever it is. And it kind of knows what then to kind of show you rooms of. And so instead of a wall, like on Facebook, you have what's called a hallway, and it has all the different rooms, and you can jump into them. And they're literally like audio like rooms. And so there's 2 parts to it. There's the stage, which are the speakers, and there's the audience. You can raise your hand, and they can bring you on the stage, and you can interact and ask questions. And then it's a lot of fun. At first I was scared to death. I was like, oh, is my mic gonna be on when I don't want it to be? What's going on? How do you do this thing? So it's been interesting. I spent about an hour and a half in a room that was like the beginner's guide to Clubhouse, and so that was really helpful. I learned a bunch of stuff, and I learned some do's and don'ts and some stuff there. I also learned the hard way, because I got this thing on my way to an event, and then I had a few minutes before the event, and I'm looking at it, and I see both Cliff Ravenscraft and Pat Flynn, and I'm like, okay, I have to listen to this. So I start listening to it, and it's like really good. But I gotta go, so I'm like, oh, I hit screen record, so I was gonna set my phone down and then come back and listen to it later. It's like, yeah, you can't do that. It's like, you're gonna get kicked out. You're violating terms of service by recording. I was like, oh, okay. Learned that one the hard way. Almost got kicked out the very first time I used it. So don't do that. That would be bad. There's no direct messaging or anything like that. You hook up your Twitter account and your Instagram account, and so if you want to interact with someone, you message them that way. But it's super cool because people have their bios filled out, right? So you're in a room with someone, And then if they're talking, you can hear about them and you're like, hey, I want to connect with this person. And so all you do is you click on them and then you see their profile. You can read about them and go, yeah, this person would be great. So for me, I'm looking for more speakers for my virtual summit coming up in February. And I just go over to their Instagram and you just slide right into the DMs, honestly. And you're like, hey, and it's cool because you're just like, hey, I'm listening to you right now on Clubhouse. And I love what you're saying. I want to invite you to be a speaker in my summit. And like I said, I've already got a couple. There's one guy I was like, there's no way. He's never going to say yes. This is my last point, and then we'll wrap this up. I'm like, he's never going to say yes. I wrote the message. I wasn't going to send it. I'm like, he literally has a podcast where he interviews celebrities, like famous people. There's no way he's going to come on. Like when I say celebrities, I mean like in the entrepreneurial world. So like he's talking about like Joe Rogan and like that kind of stuff, right? Dana White, those kind of celebrities, not like Brad Pitt, not like real celebrities. And I'm like, there's no way this guy's gonna. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna send it. And then like an hour later, he messaged me back. He said, yeah, let's do it. He said, send this information, message me back this information. I'll send it over to my assistant. We'll book it. And I'm like, holy crap, that was easy. Which brings me back to what I want to end on is I had heard that it's like super chill, like. No one's like people just hanging out with celebrities, whatever. Everyone, there's like no status yet, right? Because it's brand new. So even people who had millions of followers on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, I just choked on the awesomeness of Clubhouse. Anyways, with that said, that's why I have my water. With that said, it's super easy to interact with people, and there's no, so far that I've seen, I don't know if it'll stay this way, but there's no like pretension of like, oh, I'm better than you, or no, you don't have enough followers. And so like, you're just jumping in, talking to people and connecting with people, and it's awesome. And I highly recommend you get on it before it becomes a thing, because one day it's going to be like the new Instagram or the new Snapchat or the new whatever, where everyone's on it, everyone's gonna come in, everyone's gonna market it to death. This is like that beginning stage where you could really build your business on. So, whether you are, whatever you're in, a health coach, whatever. We've been talking about all these different examples of business people. I drank that water because I was like choking and I swallowed that water wrong. So now the water is choking me. This is an interesting episode. So all that to say, it's really cool. I highly suggest you go download it. I just thought of something. It's only for iPhone users, so if you have an Android, you can't even try. I'm sorry. I apologize to the Android users. But if you have an iPhone, go download it, fill out an account, get your username before it gets taken, and just wait. And then, like I said, I would do what I did and just spend time on Facebook waiting. And every time you see someone say, who needs one? You can even go whine, and that might help. You can go into a group or something and be like, I'm not, what am I trying to say? Clubhouse, I'm so sad. And so I'm like, hey, I'll invite you. You will have to give them your phone number. So don't be weirded out if you're like, someone says to let you in and they're like, hey, give me your phone number. Don't be like, oh, this creep's trying to hit on me or something. Like, you can only invite people who are in your contacts. So they have to actually get your phone number, put you in the phone. That was actually kind of weird for me because I did a interview today with a business person that I'd never met before. And she was really cool. I invited her to be on the virtual summit. And I was like, hey, are you on it? And she's like, no. I'm like, hey, I have an invite. And then I was like, I have to ask her for her phone number. This is super awkward. And it's like, it's the way it works. Sorry, I'm not trying to ask you for your phone number for any other reason other than they're literally making me. So yeah, don't be weirded out if like some random dude's like, yeah, I'll let you in. What's your phone number? And you're like, what? You have to give it or you can't get in. But yeah, like I said, it's worth it. So that is my kind of hot take for the day is do everything you can to get in the Clubhouse because it's pretty awesome. See you tomorrow.